You may recognize these outfits and this location, and that's because we're in the exact same spot as we were last week.
It's been a week.
It's been a
We
week.
haven't showered. We came right back here. Same clothes, same attitude, same shyness. Well, we're a little bit less shy.
We are. We've warmed up to the idea of filming ourselves in public.
God, we're gonna watch back those first 10 minutes of
It's
last
gonna be
episode.
pretty
Just be like,
painful.
hey, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to the Byline Podcast. Two bisexuals who read very different books. I am Carlton, and I read fun books.
And I'm Kennedy, and I read boring books. I read books that I can't recommend to people.
I just bought the Odyssey.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll just get
Should we
this
go
one.
see the Odyssey together?
You're gonna be gone.
Yeah, but I
comes
mean, it'll
out
be in
Friday.
theater. Like, it'll be. Wait for me.
Okay.
Oh.
We can for sure see it together.
my
I just
God.
assumed you would have seen it in California.
So, we're picking up.
Wait, how are you doing?
Great.
It's been a week. What are you talking? What do you mean?
So the reason we're doing back to back is because I'm off to Cali. I'm a real jet setter. I like how I was ripping into Marianne for being so bourgeois, and I'm like, and I'm off to Monterey
fully
to go
paid.
on vacation, fully paid.
Yeah.
I had a really good weekend with you. I've spent so much time with you lately, and I'm loving it.
If we ever become famous, we should take a literary trip to
Stop.
both Ireland and the UK, and it'll be for work, so it'll be,
Right.
expense paid. And then we just go there and just go to as many bookstores as we can and document it.
What if I was your agent?
What? In what sense?
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
I go freelance as a literary agent. You're my first client. I go to bat for you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries, see, she jokes about these things when she knows she could actually do this.
I don't know anything about publishing, though.
You just join.
You just join. You just do it.
That's
Well,
it.
okay, how about this? I take it a step further.
Uh-huh.
I start my own publishing company.
See, and again, I think you could do that. You just need money. That's the
Well,
problem
I'll
with
find
that.
it.
Would you want to be
Yeah, babe.
a literary agent assistant?
Yeah.
Or no. Okay.
I'm down to do anything.
Interesting. Okay. There are openings open, and I'll send them
I know,
to
but you need those jobs. No? Or you strictly want publicity?
No. I mean, I've applied to them, but like, if you got them, I wouldn't be like that bitch.
Yeah, but they're not going to give it to me. I have no experience.
That's the point of the assistantship, is that you get the experience that way.
And you think I could do that?
Yeah. You like books.
All right.
You're way more outgoing than anyone I've met, so.
How are you a week from now?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Applying to jobs, reading a lot. Today was very busy, but we got things done.
We did.
I am starving, but
Oh, okay. Well,
we're gonna get
we'll make
through
this quick.
Yeah. Good thing that I love this chapter. This might be. I don't know if you remember, like 2 episodes ago or whatever, and I was like, when they get to Italy.
No, you told me. I did remember. And then I saw it coming, and I was like, uh-oh.
Is that this?
It's that bitch.
This is
She's that bitch.
This book's whatever the cabin scene and Heated Rivalry is called, the log cabin or whatever.
Yeah.
This is this
Just the
book's
cabin,
that
yeah.
the cabin.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Italy chapter.
Yeah, so we're 6 months later. Connell is on a backpacking trip, kind of, with his friends,
Yeah.
Elaine and Niall.
Niall, yeah. He's just won the scholarship.
He's just won this. So is Marianne
Yeah.
in politics. He's won it in English. He's the smartest pants person. I really wish.
Mhm.
I do wish we could see more of that.
Mm.
I want to see him in action, and maybe we'll see him in action the further we get into the book.
Yeah.
But I wish we saw more of him in the classroom, because I'm like, what is it about you?
Yeah. Another aspect of the book that I looked over previously, it does make sense that he's a writer. Because, like, how much we get inside of his head, and, like,
In this chapter specifically.
how
yeah.
much he, I mean, as we've talked about over the past, like, 5 fucking episodes, how much he thinks about himself in relation to the world.
Yeah.
It literally, all a writer ever does.
Yeah.
And so it makes so much sense that he's like becoming a writer. Like there are lines in here that I love where he's like,
Go for it. I see one highlighted right there.
the whole trip feels like a series of short films, screened only once, and afterward he had a sense of what they were about, but no exact memories of the plot. He remembers seeing things out of windows of taxis.
He goes on to describe the 3 kinds of correspondence that he's upholding. One is with Helen over Skype.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One is with his mother, who he'll occasionally text message. And then the third is Marianne, specifically over email.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes on to distinguish the difference between his upkeeping of the relationship with Helen and mediating that over Skype.
Yeah.
And the stark contrast to the way he feels penning emails.
I knew we were going to both pick up on this.
Yeah, to Marianne.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much of Beautiful World, Where Are You? Like, I feel like this...
Oh my God, yeah.
Both the aspect of them being on vacation. Yeah. I wrote down specifically that Rooney has a tendency to use vacations as a plot point,
mm-hmm.
or like travels abroad as a plot point, and that she prefers emails as a means of authentic communication, in that it's both the preferred aesthetic for her
mm-hmm.
as the form of communication, but it also is like, it feels very Jane Austen
mm-hmm.
of her, because emails feel so archaic, but because they're so antiquated, or they feel so much like letters. It just is a very like writerly instinct of her to be like, this is the romantic, the vessel of like displaying true feeling and all of that.
She's so pick-me. Now, that being said, Morgan and I, we used to send postcards to each other as if we were like lovers on different sides of the war.
That's so romantic. That's so freaking romantic.
But yeah, I literally wrote down, with Helen, Connell continues to define himself through her, which is easier than confronting how he feels about himself.
Correct.
When he's with Marianne. And his interactions with Helen are described so flatly. Like, she has good teeth and, you know, these very nice things about her personality. But his emails with Marianne show how complex he has to think about his own life and experiences.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like, you know, I guess because they've known each other for so long, she won't be satisfied with just descriptions of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so poetic gestures and about the scenery or his emotions or how they feel with each other, you know, and their past and things like that.
Yeah. And it's on page 161. He says, to be known as her boyfriend plants him firmly in the social world, establishes him as an acceptable person, someone with a particular status, someone whose conversational silences are thoughtful rather than socially awkward. And isn't that so sad?
Exactly, literally, exactly what I thought.
Yeah, that I mean, in the same way that Marianne is somewhat trapped in her abusive relationship with Jamie, so too is Connell trapped in this. It's not even domestic. It's just like very hetero, very plain, uninspiring. He describes it as a kind of lightheaded happiness. And yeah, there's something very unserious about that dynamic.
The way he describes it as normal, I think, is maybe even only significant because of the title of the book. I think this is the first time that the first instance in the book where we get one of the main characters describing normal as, or maybe unconsciously describing normal as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or where the narrative kind of tells us that normal is like a bad thing, like not exciting, what they don't want, basically.
Yeah. The normal relationship, I feel like, if we're going to define it by, again, the relationship between Helen and Connell, is one where nothing is questioned.
Yeah.
Like, there's no antagonizing of
he's not being
a
pushed
feeling.
at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, again, why it is this lightheaded happiness. Yeah. Because it's like eating a bunch of Skittles. Like, that's like the idea. Like, yeah, just it's like it's candy.
Yeah.
Very unsubstantial or insubstantial.
Last episode, I stopped myself before bringing up what Helen says about Marianne, because I was gonna say, so basically Helen criticizes the fact that Marianne brings up, is it Palestine or Israel? Maybe both.
It's Israel explicitly, but in the context of her being pro-Palestine.
Right, yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And just worldly political things, and Helen basically calls her a pick-me, and she does it for attention. And again, only on this at first, I guess because you're meant to, like, you know, dislike Helen so that you root for Connell and Marianne. I was like, girl, shut your ass up. This time, I'm like, she's kind of right. Like, she's kind of right. What does she know about any of that?
Well, she knows a lot. I really liked Connell's defense of her.
Yes.
Because in the way that Marianne is in these, like, intellectual social circles situations, it's very, like, masculine almost.
Yeah.
The way that she opines without really listening to other people.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very much like a white man in a PhD program kind of move. I've been around those people. They are very annoying. Very rarely have I been around women who do it.
Yeah.
And so there's, like, an interesting subversion of that trope through Marianne. But then that's what makes me think Connell's defense of her is both earnest and true, is that she's not thinking of it as being inherently indulgent or attention seeking. It's just true. It's like, it's almost like,
that's true.
This is what I'm interested in. You can get on my train or get off of it. But that's also only because Connell knows how weird she is, you know?
Yeah. I think, God, a close reading really makes your brain work in so many different ways, because we're reading it so slowly of such a long period of time that I'm just really seeing how multifaceted everybody is.
Yeah,
like, why
of
am I agreeing with Helen on this?
No. But I think you understand how Helen feels
Yeah.
nonetheless, because by speaking the way Marianne does, you do ostracize people. And if you're really not asking people, if you're not being, again, and, you know, quote, normal about being conversational and polite and, oh, well, what do you think about this? And picking up on cues if someone is in fact not interested in what you're saying.
See, where she loses me is when she, when Helen calls Marianne so slutty, and I was just like, girl, oh my God.
Girl, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, and to your point, Helen has tried to befriend Marianne because she senses that this is someone who's very important to Connell, and then comes to feel, I think, quite honestly, intimidated, but also annoyed by her as a person.
So in the beginning of the chapter, he describes things that are in his bag, and I figured you would have something to say about this.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
And I wrote down, ask Kennedy about the James Salter novel that he has.
I haven't read him.
Okay,
have you?
Never mind. I don't even know.
No.
I literally wrote, which one do you think it is, and who is James Salter? I figured you would know.
If I had read any of him, I would tell you, but I haven't. And I picked up on that. I was like, oh, this must be an author Sally really likes.
Oh, yeah.
So now I have to read him.
Is he Irish? I guess you don't know.
Do you want to look it up real quick?
Surely he's like, oh, I have no.
No service.
On here. Well,
all right.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Oh.
He's American. He's born in New Jersey.
Anyways, back to the plot. So, yes. So Connell is backpacking. He then goes with Elaine and Niall to Marianne's, like, summer home in Italy, where she's spending time with Jamie and Peggy.
Was this like an Airbnb situation, or
no?
was
This was
like,
her parents' house.
That's what I thought.
Because of the glasses that were her dad's.
Because I did find it strange that she had her dad's glasses.
Yes.
Is this Airbnb?
Yeah. No. It is theirs. Sense. I feel like in 2026, though, her family would be renting it out as an Airbnb, if not doesn't already do that.
That's why I was so confused.
Yeah. They have a dinner. It's extremely tense. You can tell that.
Love a tense dinner scene.
Jamie makes a comment to Marianne that's unpleasant. They go back into the kitchen. There's a fight. Connell goes in to see what's going on. Jamie throws a glass on the ground. Marianne goes to attack him. And then her and Connell go back up into the bedroom after spending some time apart from everyone outside. And she reveals to him the kind of abuse she experiences at the hands of her brother and mother. And he's quite shaken by this fact. And it's so crazy because they both realize what feel very obvious to us as readers, which is that Connell is navigating life as a working class university student. Marianne is navigating life as someone who's been physically and verbally assaulted for most of her life. And again, it feels so obvious to us if these people could just look past their own navels. But here we're able to see them come clean in some sense about those particular conflicts.
It's so sad and satisfying, I guess, because in the earlier chapters, Marianne is kind of talking to herself, I guess, and says that, or maybe she's talking to someone else, I don't know, but she says that Connell wouldn't understand her family because he grew up in a, normal household and full of support, and he wouldn't understand, the things that she's gone through. And then literally he's like, well, surely they're your family, so they might act a certain way, but they don't hate you. And then she's like, well, he told me to kill myself. And I'm like,
in front of my mom, who then said not to encourage her. Like, it's insane, the stuff that they say to her. And Connell is visibly shaken. He's crying. And his response is to kind of kiss her, say he's sorry. That ends up not being the correct one.
But again...
And it ends in a rather tense place.
Now, listen, we scolded Marianne. I guess you kind of scolded them both also. But we scolded Marianne for not having the wisdom or whatever to realize his money things. We got to scold him for not...
1,000%. Like I said, it goes both ways.
Consider.
No, why would you not ask a question?
Yeah.
Why would you not sense the fact that if she's like this with you, it may, in fact, come from somewhere?
No.
No, it's absurd. Like, truly, like, baffling.
And this is a chapter, it's the longest chapter, and we finally get the title drop of the entire novel. In Connell's room, they undress down to their underwear. Marianne is wearing a white cotton bra that makes her breasts look small and triangular.
I know exactly what that means too, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah,
that makes
I do.
Sense to you?
That makes perfect sense to me.
I don't see enough bras, I guess. They lie side by side under the quilt. He's aware that he could have sex with her now if he wanted to. She wouldn't tell anyone. He finds it strangely comforting and allows himself to think about what it would be like. Hey, he would say quietly, lie on your back, okay? And she would just obediently lie on her back. So many things pass secretly between people. What kind of person would he be if it happened now? Someone very different, or exactly the same person himself with no differences at all? After a time, he hears her say something he can't make out. I didn't hear that, he says. And then she says, I don't know what's wrong with me, says Marianne. I don't know why I can't be like normal people. And then she goes on to say that, she basically just doesn't know how to be loved or lovable.
It's really, it's hard to see the damage that can be done to a person based on the way that people treat you.
Yeah.
The kind of...
Because obviously the irony of this whole scene is that everything in this book is normal. When they first bring up wanting a normal life, the irony of it is this is that that there is no normal, and that by definition makes everything normal that you experience.
Correct. Totally.
Even the horrible things such as sexual assault in Connell's case, or abuse from family in Marianne's case.
Yeah.
Poorness or poverty in Connell's case, whatever.
Have you ever felt unlovable? Is that too...
I mean, yeah.
Yeah? Does it feel like what Marianne is describing?
Yeah.
Like, does that...
Yeah.
Do you feel...
This chapter, and then the chapters following, I read and listened to them, a combination of them, and I was tearing, because in close reading them, I was just reading very deeply into it, and I was tearing up because I was like, God damn, this is why you read Sally Rooney, because you really see yourself in these fucking characters. Have you?
I don't think I've felt... I feel like I've received love that I didn't deserve. But I don't think I've ever felt unlovable. Like, I don't think I've ever thought no one would ever love me. I always relate to Connell. I think, well, both of them have this obsession over the other being a better person who is more deserving of love. That I relate to.
No.
Because only, like, you know the things that you've done and the things that you've thought. And I do think that both of them are good people. I think that they both...
They try.
They try. I think they are very generous. Not even just materially speaking, but kind of hoping and wishing for the best in other people. They both are, like, inherently or intrinsically optimistic to me. The other sad thing about that scene where she's describing what she's been through to him is that she says that she didn't want to tell him because she didn't want him to see her as damaged. And then this crushes me. He says to himself, but he always thought she was damaged. Like he and he loved her still. He loves her still. That you think you're inculcating yourself, or like that you're being so litigious about what you're letting other people see in you that they won't see the truth. But if you have the connection that the two of them do, there's no hiding that. Even if for whatever frickin' reason he doesn't know exactly why. Going back to the idea of Sally Rooney using people in conversation to like have one stand in relief to the next is on page 181, 182. Connell imagines Marianne being married to an older intellectual man. He says that maybe she's been a journalist in Lebanon or something to that effect. And this line to me was so interesting, is that he's describing this and says, but he doesn't see himself so well or know what he's been doing. But he knows what he would say to her. Money, he would say, and she would laugh without looking up from the salad. This is another thing that I guess I just saw myself in, is it being so easy to picture other people.
Oh, yeah.
Their life, their futures, their ambitions, their goals. This ability to see someone else so clearly, especially someone who you're so fond of, and yet feeling like you are undefinable.
Oh, yeah.
And as someone, and this feels like a very quintessentially 20s thing to be experiencing, is not quite lostness. I don't think you get the sense that either of them are feeling like professionally like, I think they do have goals and ambitions and the like. It's just that, yeah, it's just so easy to picture other people.
Yeah.
And so hard to picture yourself.
I think they're lost in maybe moral ways, not necessarily what to do with their lives, but I think they're both seeking some sort of like morality compass or someone to tell them what they're doing is right or wrong. In the constant comparison of their lives and everything like that. This chapter was just really good. You
gotta read it.
You really just fly through it. We met someone from Barcelona over the weekend.
Yeah.
And
oh my goodness. Yeah.
She read this book in like 2 days because it's just a book that you just fly through. And I'm like, girl, that's why we're dedicating a whole month to this.
I know. I'm realizing too that we have about a third of it left.
Yeah.
I liked the idea that Connell had about writing a novel and only emails. Again, I just think Sally Rooney hearts emails.
A pitch for Beautiful World. Yeah.
Email epistolary novel.
Yeah.
That's, again, yeah, I feel like that really did lay the foundation for that.
Thoughts on the novel so far now that we've gotten through Italy?
Loving it more.
Yeah.
Really,
more than
really,
the high school section.
And more than like that initially. It only is getting better for me.
Yeah, it really does.
It's really picking up. If I wasn't having to read this at such a slow pace, I would be done.
Girl, you would have done this in a day.
I know. But what a treat this is to read it slowly. I hope viewers, wherever you are, whether you're somewhere here in Prospect Park with us or Hyde Park in London, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're watching the sunset, kind of. It's not really. I've had my sunglasses on this whole time like a freak. Okay.
Hopefully the lighting isn't terrible.
No, I think it'll be okay. We'll see you next week for the next 3 chapters. Thanks so much for watching.